Well, we went from the highest of highs with that Seth Trimble 3 against Duke to being brought down to earth again with a lackluster performance at Miami. And now we find out that Caleb Wilson, Carolina's leading scorer and rebounder, is out indefinitely with a hand injury. Huddle up.
You don't want none! You don't want none!
What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Ross, the Tar Heel, and welcome to the men's department of Carolina basketball, baby. And in this huddle, man, it's going to be a very quick huddle. We got to talk about the updated recent news that Caleb Wilson is going to be out indefinitely as he's got a fracture in his left hand, man, that he suffered in the first half of Tuesday's game at Miami. Now, I don't know exactly when he suffered said injury. I remember him pinning the crap out of a ball off the glass. It was one of those ones where I think he took it personal because there was a bad play on one end, and he went up aggressively and got that ball. I don't know if that's where the injury occurred, but I do know that this is some tough news right here, man. Caleb is averaging 19.8 points per game, 9.4 rebounds. He's Carolina's leading scorer. He's Carolina's leading rebounder. We saw him in the Duke game when Carolina couldn't get things moving on offense. They kind of just gave him the ball. He isolated. He had 17 points in the first half. Caleb is that guy, man, that when things are not going well, you can kind of just give him the daggone rock, man, and tell him to go to work. 9 times out of stinking 10. So this is actually a pretty big deal for Carolina, who is currently ranked number 11th in the country. They do have that game against Pitt on Saturday, and they got the game against State, a couple of days after that. So this is a very pivotal section of the schedule, and we don't know how long he's going to be gone. We don't know how long he's going to be gone right now, man, at least at the time of the making of this video. And so, understanding that he is not going to be available, I thought that it would be very pertinent that we would talk about potential movements in the roster that, can at least hold the line until he gets back. We don't know if or when he will come back this year. So, one of my first thoughts, man, was, okay, C-Dub is gone. Okay, he's not going to be able to play for a little bit. How do we best move people around in order to kind of cover those issues? And I think naturally, at least for me, because James Brown is in a walking boot right now, obviously you got the 7-footer that has got very little burn to this point. I think Jaren's got to move down to the stinking 4, man. And I think it changes the game because Jaren is not necessarily a back-to-the-basket player. He likes to kind of be out there on the outside and shoot the ball. And, I think Jaren has to move down to the 4. And I think that all of a sudden Luka gets a lot more burn. Powell gets a lot more burn. And Carolina just has to go smaller, man. It's going to be very interesting to see how this impacts Henry Vasar down low as well. But yeah, man, it's big news. It's stinking big news because once again, Carolina's 19-5. They're coming up into a pivotal stretch of their season, and we're going to be without our leading scorer and rebounder. So somebody's got to stinking pick it up. Somebody's got to daggone pick it up, man. Henry Vasar has been kind of hit or miss on the glass lately. I think it's a terrific opportunity for Jaren to get some extended minutes and, to really help on the glass. And we're just going to have to do a much better job of boxing out, finding a body when the ball's in the air, not watching it off the rim, but really trying to contain people for the box out because, Caleb is the one guy on the team that you can point to and say, okay, that guy is a phenomenal athlete. And I think that it really changes the way that Carolina plays basketball moving forward until we can hopefully get him back, man. It's big. It's stinking big, dude. It really is big because I don't know that we have that guy that you can just toss the ball down in there and say, go to work. Maybe Henry. But, where does the offense come from consistently? Because we're talking about losing 20 points and 9 boards, on average. And so I'm really interested to see what you guys think about this, man. I mean, how bad does this hurt Carolina's ceiling? And from the ceiling that we had with Caleb, where do you guys think the ceiling is? You know, God forbid he's not able to return this year. I think that it's really an interesting topic to discuss right now. Who do you have moving down to the 4? Does Luka get more minutes, or is it Powell that gets more minutes? Or, you know, I'm really interested in what you guys got to say, man. Me personally, I think that Jaren's going to have to move down to the 4. I really like Luka at the 3, and I'm telling him, hey, son, stop dribbling the ball. Just think it, put it up, you know, and I'm hoping that we can score some more points, at least with Luka out there as a perimeter threat. That's kind of my personal opinion on it right now, man. And like I said, I really want to know what you guys think, man. So short video. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the Daggum channel on the way out, man. Regardless of this terrible news, dude, this is a great day to be a stinking Tar Heel. Go to hell, Duke. Go to hell, State. And we'll see you down in the comment section, baby. Go Heels.